All right, so today we're gonna do something a little different. Something other than playing with action figures. I'm gonna get you outside. All right, I know what you're thinking. We're down here on the water. Maybe we're gonna do a little boating or a little fishing. Now, fishing's always a good idea, and the day will definitely end like that. Now, I live out here in Southwest Florida, and underneath this dock right here, I have the cutest little baby gator. He's probably, I don't know, about this long. And I know you're not supposed to feed the alligators. I know that. But when this little guy comes up to you, begging for a fish, and he trusts you enough to hand feed him, well, you gotta throw him a fish. But in order to do that, you gotta catch one. Which, I'm just fucking with you. We're not gonna catch one. This is a Peace River. Unless you want to reel in a catfish or a shark, the odds of catching a snook or a red are not very likely. So let's get to what we're supposed to be talking about on this video. And that's to help you master, or not master, at least get up a wheelie on a bicycle. This is something I have wanted to do my whole life. I thought it was impossible to get there. I can wheelie a motorcycle fairly decent. To me, wheeling a motorcycle is much easier than a bicycle. The level of balance you need on a bicycle is just second to none. I'm gonna give you some tips, walk you through it, and hopefully I can help you solve that Rubik's Cube of getting that front wheel off the ground and keeping it there. All right, wait. I know we're gonna get to the bikes, but as I was talking, my little baby just happened to be swimming up on me. Now we're gonna have to change directions. We'll get right back to it though. There's that cute little guy right there. Now I'm gonna go up to the house, get some food, get him fed. I know we're not supposed to do that. We're not gonna tell anybody. Get him fed, and then get to the Wheelies. So I went ahead and got a finger mullet out of the freezer, defrosted a little bit. He's waiting very patiently. He will take it right out of my hand, but the tide is a little low today. So my arm is not quite long enough to get it down to the water. So I just slip knot on the tail, and then he'll come right over. He's pretty gangster. I'll put it down a little bit for him. He's thinking about it. Oh, look at that attack! Just a killer instinct. Now he's got to get it off the knot. And I got to look at the camera, not him, for you get a good show. He will eventually yank. Oh, just let his little mini death roll right there. Got it off. Let me see. There he goes. Usually after he gets it, he swims right over there to that grass, hides in the grass, and then tries to choke that big giant fish down. I haven't seen him actually do that yet. So today would be an awesome day to see it. He usually goes in a little bit sooner. He's swimming out. Maybe because the fish is a little frozen. He's letting it thaw out. I don't want to spend too much time on this little guy, even though he is just about as cute as can be. Sorry about the camera work. I'm getting my hands and shit all over. He's just swimming away with it. That was like a quick thank you, and I'm gonna fucking bounce. He usually eats about once a day. I think there might be 2 of them, but I'm not real sure. But that's my little buddy out here on the river. All right, he's just swimming away. He's probably gonna go all the way across the river with it. Let's get back to that wheelie tutorial. First things first, you gotta get a bike. And I couldn't decide which bike to get. I didn't know which bike would be easier. And when you have grown-up money, you get any one you want, or you get all of them. You see, I wanted an SE bike my whole life. When I was a kid, I remember grabbing my mom, dragging her down to the bicycle shop, showing her this PK Ripper, baby blue and brown. I wanted it so bad it hurt. She just looked at me, kind of chuckled, and said, "We're broke, okay? You're not getting an SC bike." And I was like, "Oh, cool, maybe I'll get a mongoose or something for Christmas." Nope, didn't get that either. She got me the Royce Union from Jimco. So come Christmas morning, yeah, I was a little bit discouraged, but I still did my best to ride it. Never learned how to wheelie. It was just like an impossible Rubik's Cube to solve. So I was determined that when I got older, I would eventually crack that cube. I'm sure you don't want to look at me. Let's look at the bikes. So like I said, motorcycles to me are easier to wheelie. If you don't want to wheelie a bicycle, this is probably the best bike you can get right here. It's a KTM 500 dual sport, put supermoto tires on it. It's the easiest bike I have to wheelie. I did put an ECU in it, a pipe on it, so it has tons of power. You can pick this thing up in third gear, no clutch. You can almost pick it up in fourth gear, no clutch. It's, to me, the balance point is way better. And then the braking, you have the engine brake to also work with the foot brake. It's just a better situation. I'm not out there doing hand drags or nothing, but that's where it's at. I also have the Triumph. Can't wheelie that at all. I can get that one just a little bit, but it's gonna take more effort than I'm willing to put in to get that. Then I have the dirt bike. That is probably the second easiest to wheelie. And now let's get on to the star of the shows. You got the bicycles. And if you're sitting here going, which bike should I get? For me, after the research that I did, I thought that the Fast Ripper would be the best. Everybody kept saying 29-inch bikes or wheelie bikes. You got to get the big, tall tires if you're going to be able to wheelie. And if you have gears, then you'll always have the right gear available for you can pick it up. So I got the Fast Ripper first. I liked it. I didn't love it. I would try to wheelie it. I wasn't having much luck on it. I was thinking maybe I got the wrong bike. So I went ahead and got the Fat Quad. Because I was thinking maybe the fat tires would give me more stability. Let me see if I can. Have a bigger pivot point, which is true. To me, that was everything. So I got the Fat Quad, started to ride this one, was learning on it, and then I realized that I was just addicted to SC bikes. So I went ahead and got the PK Ripper HD. This is the dirt jumper, has the forks on it, the suspension forks on it, which it's real easy to pick up in a wheelie, but I don't really like where the balance point is on that. To me, it's kind of low, and it doesn't really work for me. And so then I had my eye on the Miami Fat Ripper for a while. So I went ahead and picked one of those up. I also like that a lot. And then once I figured out having the fat tires is better for me, I saw this. Orange was my favorite color. I said, you know what? I'm going to try my luck on the Beast Mode. And right now, the Beast Mode is by far my favorite bike. I still like the Fat Quads a lot. Actually, I like them all a lot. But as far as wheeling, I have better luck on the Fat Quads or the Beast Mode. So if you're going to get a bike, you want to start to wheelie, definitely get the fatter tires. I think that's a huge difference. As far as a sprocket goes, for me, the sprockets that come on all of these bikes are absolutely perfect right out of the gate. The most important thing is your brake. I did put, I'm probably going to say it wrong. The Shimona brake on this one. The brakes that come on these bikes from stock, they work. They get the job done. You might have to adjust them. You might have to bleed them. They're all hydraulic disc brakes. That's pretty much, I don't really like rim brakes. I haven't really tried them much. Haven't had much luck with it. I just like the hydraulic disc brakes. You can bleed the line, make sure there's no bubbles in it, clean the pads or put on new pads and get your brake dialed the way that you like it. On this bike, the brake grabs really hard. So when I would wheelie, it would be very difficult to finger the brake. And when I would ever use the brake, it would go right back down. I got that adjusted to where I like it. And then I got this one, the beast mode, put that on there, got the brake exactly how I like it. You want to be able to squeeze it, lock it down with one finger, and you don't want it to grab too tight. So when you're wheeling, you're almost dragging the brake. Let me take one of these down and try to walk you through the process. So as far as setting up one of these bikes, here's what you got to do. You got to take this grip and you got to slide it all the way over to where the bar bends right here. And then you grab it here instead of here. And then another thing you want to do is you want to take the seat and you want to squash it all the way down to the frame and then pitch it forward as far as possible. For when you're 56 years old, you get on it and your knees won't even bend. All right, that's exactly what you don't do. Here's how you set your bike up when you're 56 and your knees don't really bend anymore. Usually a good starting point is to have the seat right about level with the head. That kind of works for me. Probably have the seat, I like it flat like this just because when I'm riding, it's comfortable. Another thing that really helped me out are these suspension seat posts, which no plug, no nothing. I'm not even going to show you the name. You get them on Amazon or whatever. This sets your seat back a little bit farther. And then also I slide the seat back as far as it can go inside the clamp. And then that pushes you back, at least for me, I'm 5'9", 180. And when I ride the bike, I don't want to be cramped up on it. So that just set me a little bit further back. As far as the handlebars go, you usually want to keep the same line as the forks. My best friend was TJ Lavin. He told me that one, and it kind of worked out for me. Let me show you how it looks when I sit on it. All right, so when I'm sitting on the bike, you got this suspension seat post. You're gonna spend hours on this thing learning it. So I highly recommend you get it. These SC seats, they're not the most comfortable seats out there. You wanna keep them on there or you won't look cool. So if you put this on there, you can barely see it. And when you're riding for hours, it feels great. So when I'm sitting on the bike, I can basically touch both my feet flat on the ground, which is right where I like to be. And when I pedal, when the pedal is all the way up, I want my leg to be like at a 90. I don't want it like stuck up in my chest. My knees don't really work like that. And then when you're pedaling, everybody says put your dominant foot, right about here. And when you pick up, and then you pedal at the same time. It's not just about the first pedal. It's about a constant pedal. So when you pick it up, it's going to be really difficult to get the bike up at first. On a wheelie, it's 100% muscle memory. So when you start this journey, like I got these bikes, I got my first bike like a year ago. I didn't practice that much. It seemed like it was going to be too hard to do. And then the little kid, he's 12, he lives across the street. He started taking his piece of shit Rose Union bike out and started wheeling in the street. So I pulled mine out and started joining them. And we started practicing every single day for 20 minutes. And when I did that, 2 weeks later, I could wheelie. So you have to be consistent. You have to put time in the seat. If you figure a wheelie, worst case, unless you're like an inside kid, just plan on 100 hours. You put 100 hours of work into this, you will definitely get it. I probably got it, 30 minutes a day, 20 minutes a day for 2 weeks solid. And I didn't master it, but I could get it to where I felt like there was a light at the end of the tunnel. I'm not out there hand dragging and serving, whatever, but I can go at least 300 feet on a decent wheelie to where I don't look like a total squid. So when you're going and you want to pick it up, it's going to be really hard to get it up at first. You'll eventually get to where it's really easy to get it up off the ground. You just pick up, throw it up, throw back a little bit, crank this pedal, and then you want the next pedal and the next pedal and the next pedal. You don't just crank it and stop it. You crank it and get it going. Always keep your finger on the brake. And before you start, test your brake, see where they're at. Don't pick it up too high Test your brake. This brake, I got it set up absolutely perfect. The brake will make you or break you. If it grabs too hard, it's going to be hard. If it doesn't grab hard enough, you're going to flip on your back. I flipped on my back twice in this process. Hard as fuck. It sucked really bad. I wish I had it on video just because it'd be really cool to see me flop around on my back like a turtle trying to get over. It's tough. So you definitely don't want to flip on your back if you don't have to. Let's go outside and do a couple wheelies. I think we're good. Just constantly working on it. All right, I was gonna ride some more, but it's 91 degrees outside with about infinity% humidity. So it's definitely pretty warm out there. So I'm gonna spend the rest of my day either down there by the river fishing in the shade or in the swimming pool. Probably a little bit of both. So when I was out there wheeling, one of my friends told me when I'm doing it to like lock, trying to get my balance, lock my arms out like this and find the balance point. That didn't work for me. What I like to do is pick it up, lean forward a little bit, get a little bend in your elbows, and then I feel like I have a little bit more there to work with. When you're starting to lose the wheelie, your pedals are your gas, just like on a motorcycle. So if it starts to go down, you can save it with the wheelie. You gotta want it. And then with a bicycle, everybody says get it in the balance point, get it in the balance point. With a bicycle, it doesn't really feel like there is a such thing as a balance point. Of course you get it right here to where you can like play with it back and forth. But for the most part of my wheelie, I'm either dragging the brake, adjusting the brake, messing with the brake, or pedaling. A lot of times it seems like if I just put a light, very light drag on the brake while I'm pedaling, it kind of helps me lock into that balance point. When you're on a motorcycle and you hit the balance point, it actually feels like you can cruise a little bit because you got enough momentum behind you to where you're not really doing like a power wheelie or chasing the wheelie, but you kind of got the wind holding you back in that spot to where the balance point feels a lot bigger. On a bike, not so much. So mostly it's your brake. Get comfortable with your brake, one finger. You definitely want two fingers on here. You just got to get out there. You got to ride. You got to put the time in. And remember this. A bad day on the bike is always going to be better than a good day
sucking dick.